Oh man, so another big day for Bitcoin. We've got Bitcoin up 2.6% with a short squeeze well underway. What is going on in the market? Do we finally have this big decoupling? I'm going to share with you exactly what is going on in the macroeconomy, what is going on with Bitcoin, where could this move take us to? And we're going to look at the technical analysis as well. First and foremost, guys, as you can see, the small W pattern we were watching, which took us here, already broke out, met our price target at this level, the white line around 20,400. Congratulations. If any of you traded that, if you guys want to trade these moves, BitGet, BYBIT, links in description. Take those bonuses and get your trade for free because a big move is coming up. And this is the big trade you're not going to want to miss. So, guys, now what I'm watching for is this next pattern. Is this bigger W pattern? Remember, the small W pattern was just helping us form the right side of our bigger W pattern. But what's interesting today, and what I want to understand, is why is it that Bitcoin is up another 2.8% today, despite US markets being in the red? For those of you who've been in the market for a little while now, you've seen that throughout this crypto winter, we've seen that Bitcoin has been heavily correlated to the equity markets. Nasdaq falls, S&P falls, Bitcoin followed like a little child behind, right? And that's expected because risk would go off and money would flow. But why is it now we're seeing that the Nasdaq is down 1.2%, but Bitcoin is up 2.8%? That's a 4% swing today. Does that mean the decoupling is started? Does that mean that Bitcoin now says we've had enough, we're going to do what we want? Few interesting things to look at. Fear and greed is starting to lessen, right? We're out of extreme fear. We're now just into fear. And watch how quickly the FOMO starts to kick in. So I'm going to share some caveats. I'm going to share some warning. Really important that you're patient. You don't chase the green candles and you know what you're looking for. Because there's still some risks involved, but this is definitely a nice move. I'm going to share with you my next price targets as well. So smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get straight into this. So that's the W pattern I'm looking for, right? That is the W pattern we want to play out. Now, where is the neckline? The neckline of this W pattern is this white line here. That is what we want to monitor. And let me share the exact level of this. And that W pattern breaks at 20,400, which is what we're trying to close the candle above today. Once we do get that, we get a nice big move up to the next leg of the channel at 22,000. If we can break through 22,000, things get exciting. We can move up to 24. But here's where things get even better. What are we seeing here, guys? Once this W pattern finishes, I promise you, this is like W inception. You could not make this up. I just shared with you the small W. I then just shared with you the medium-sized W, right? This is a medium-sized W. But then look, there's a big daddy W, and this is the one that can get us the big relief rally we want. This is the one I want you guys focused on, because this, with a neckline, let me show you, a neckline at 24,000 here, could give us our relief rally all the way up to 27, 28, 29, 30 range, which is where the weekly EMA ribbon sits for Bitcoin. That is where I'm expecting the bears to step up again to see whether they want to extend this bear market or whether we finally managed to crush them and are now ready to move to the upside. By the way, guys, let me know if this quality is better. You guys know I'm traveling. I'm sat here in the car. I need to give you guys an update. So I got this little mic. Let's see if this makes things better for you guys. I just want to make sure you can hear me clearly even when I'm traveling. Right, so that's what we're looking for. If I bring out the weekly EMA ribbon, let me show you where this move takes us, because that's the big W pattern. Bring out the EMA ribbon, and you can see that takes us into our EMA ribbon, right? If we can get to that range up here, 28, 29, 30, we're well into our EMA ribbon. So that's what I'm looking for. A bunch of interesting W patterns and plenty of opportunities to trade. Now, what's interesting is if we take a look at the liquidations, if you look here, look at yesterday, 700 million worth of shorts liquidated. We have got a lot of people trying to short this market to the downside, and that is why we're getting this short squeeze where a bunch of shorts are getting liquidated. We're able to get a move to the upside. But remember, you don't want to be an over-eager long as well, because you don't want to be liquidated to the long side. You've got to be very, very careful. As you guys know, I try to stay, I do stay away from leverage, and I highly recommend you guys do so too. If you look at the longs versus shorts, you can see that the shorts ratio was climbing up. Again, showing that shorts were entering the market and they were so convinced that we were going to head to the downside. And I can understand why, but you can never be sure about anything. And that is why I always say I'm in the market and I'm ready to pivot either way. Now I'm looking, can we get that relief rally? Do we break that W pattern? If we do, great. Maybe win for 26, 27, 28, those kind of numbers. And then I'm going to be looking to see if the bears want to step up or if we can flip our EMA ribbon. If we can flip our weekly EMA ribbon, guys, then I'm excited. Then I'm like, okay, if we can get past that 30 mark up here, then we're ready to turn this bear market into our next bull market. At the moment, it's too early to say. If I show you a cleaner chart here, It's that's not much cleaner, is it? If I show you this chart here, you can see it's too early to say. We're still running into our weekly EMA ribbons. We have to give the benefit of the doubt to the bears. Now, look at this pattern which we were forming. We were monitoring this descending triangle, right? And we were monitoring this, and we saw that we were close to the apex. So congratulations if you guys followed this pattern with me. If you guys don't believe me, go watch some of the previous videos. It's all documented there. You can see we drew this pattern out. We monitored it. We set our price targets. We've hit our first price target right there at this pivot point. Remember, look to the left. Where's our next pivot point? Here. That's the medium-sized W. Then we get to the neckline of the big W. And if we can get to the neckline of the big W, then we can work our way all the way up into this gap, fill this big gap where we dump so quickly, and start working ourselves back to that 29 to 30 region back up here. If I bring out the Bollinger Band, what did we say? We said the Bollinger Band was constricting. It's super exciting because this shows technical analysis is working, and we've done this together. It's all documented. You can see it. So there's no, smokes and mirrors here. I showed you the Bollinger Band was constricted. I showed you we're in a descending triangle. That means a big move is imminent, and you saw this big move imminent now, and now we need to see what happens. The key is going to be, can we get past this pivot point here? This is going to be where some resistance comes in. I want to pull out the VPVR because that's going to show us where a bunch of resistance is sitting as well. So let's pull that out, and you can see we're now above the point of control, which is great. So this was a very important support level, and now we can start working our way up this triangle, and things will start to get a little bit easier each milestone we get through. So the one I'm looking for right now is this one here. That's going to be our challenge, 22,300, and then the next pivot point up at 24,500 range at this pivot point here. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now, what is allowing us to move? I mentioned there's a whole bunch of shorts getting squoze, but also this is the exciting chart of the day, and this is what I want to share with you guys. What did I say? Be very, very patient. Yesterday we got the close below our upward trend here, but when I bring out the EMA ribbon, you can see we didn't have that close yesterday, so I exercised caution. I said, guys, let it close below. Even now we haven't got the close below. I ideally want to see this close. I sound like an old auntie, right, who wants to make sure everything is perfect, but that's just how I've been taught how to trade. I want to be very, very careful with my risk, and what you want to see here is I do want to see this close below. If we can get that close below, things can get exciting. Now, why do I want to see a clear close? Because if you see here, look how we had that doji candle. And again, if you don't understand what I'm saying, my free TA course is in the description. You have no excuses but to learn it. ijaz.uk/TA. It's free. Learn what a doji candle is. Learn what the EMA ribbon is. Learn what Bollinger Band is. If everything I'm saying to you here doesn't make sense, you've got to learn it. It's free. I put it out for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Okay? Right. So that doji candle here is what I want to avoid. Okay, now the positive thing we have going for us here is that we do have a decent move to the downside. This is not a doji so far, but I just want to make sure that the Dixie, the dollar index bulls, don't come in later in the day and reverse this. If we can get a nice big push now to the downside, this could give us not just a simple move, but a sustained move on Bitcoin. And that is what I'm looking for right now. But again, if we, just like I said on Bitcoin, we're running into our EMA ribbon. Same for the dollar index. I've drawn the arrow there. It's just cooling off into its weekly EMA ribbon. So on the daily chart, we have every reason to be bullish on Bitcoin. We can take our trades. We can be quite bullish about it because the dollar index has lost its daily EMA ribbon. But on the weekly chart, we need to hold judgment on that. Let Bitcoin work its way up. If we can get to 30 on this move, then we can discuss it then. There's no point discussing it now if Bitcoin's only going to move to 22, face resistance, and come back down. That is why I want to take this trade. I want to be eagerly taking profits, tight stop losses, because we're trading against the trend. Again, some of the reasons we're seeing the dollar index cool off slightly is, again, some continued strength by the British pound. Another green day for the British pound. People feel comfortable with Rishi Sunak. He calmed the markets yesterday, and that's one of the reasons we're seeing the pound do well. We're seeing the Japanese yen up 0.9%. You can see there as well. The 10-year government bond is coming down, a sign that risk is starting to come back on. And these are all positive things that are allowing Bitcoin to move today. So there you have it, guys. A big short squeezes are imminent. We're seeing positive decoupling. Can this decoupling last? Is Bitcoin going to continue to say, forget you, NASDAQ, we're going to do what we want? Or is today just an exception? That is something we want to watch out for, because my opinion is all this time, for many, many months, Bitcoin has remained on the path with the NASDAQ. Has it fundamentally made the decision to say, you know what, we've had enough, we're going to run to 30 and do that without you, NASDAQ? That is what we want to monitor. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash on the like button and subscribe if you appreciate these impromptu updates, and make sure you let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, jump into our Discord, jump into our Telegram, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Those are the 3 platforms I'm going to keep you updated when I'm not making a video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.